Hey, first grade. Today we have a lot of things to get off the supply table. You're going to need a messy paper, one little white square, one big sheet of white paper. Oh, looks like I accidentally grabbed two. Going to need, one little white, one big white, one of this turquoise, one green, and one light green. And then to finish it off, I also need a paintbrush. Okay, so lots of things to grab. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my name on the back of my two white sheets of paper. Mr. Calvert, Mr. Calvert, and I can flip them over. And I'm going to start off with my big sheet of white paper first. And I'm going to use these three colored papers. And what I'm going to do to make my life a little bit easier is I'm going to do my best to kind of line them all up so they're nice and even. I'm going to take my pair of scissors. I'm going to cut some long, skinny strips going the long way. Okay, not the short way. We're going to go the long way. Just cutting out long strips. And these are going to be used to create a pine tree. Snip, snip, snip. You probably won't need quite the entire sheets of paper. Like that's probably going to be good, I think. I'm just going to set this off to the side, or you can put it in the scrap bin when you're done. Right. And I'm going to take a glue bottle, and I'm going to glue these strips of paper onto my artwork. Usually when we glue, I tell you to use dots of glue. Today I want you to use lines of glue. Because next time when we go to cut these up, if they're not glued well, it's going to fall apart. So I'm just going to take my strip, line of glue, and I'm going to put it at a diagonal, kind of like this. Now I want to make sure that diagonal can go from one side of my paper all the way to the other. I don't want it to look like this. Okay, that would be wrong because it's not going all the way across. Now I could move that a little bit. That would be fine. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of diagonals going across my paper. I can have them go in either direction, like this. After you get something that kind of looks like this, you are done with your tree for today. It's okay if there's some white spots showing, that's fine. Probably kind of look like snow on your tree. I can close up my glue. I shouldn't need that for the rest of class. And I'm just going to set this kind of off to one side on my messy paper. And these scraps can go in the scrap bin. Then I've got this little itty bitty rectangle. I'm going to take the gold that's at my table, quickly paint it. Careful not to get your paintbrush in any glue that might be on your messy paper. Painting it. It's all gold. And then I'm going to take the back of my paintbrush. I'm going to do some spirals. You can have your spirals touch each other if you want. I'm just kind of putting them all over the place. And when I'm done with that, this can now go on the drying rack. Okay, so I started off making my tree using strips of paper. Then I then I painted gold on my little sheet of paper and made some spirals. This can go on the drying rack, but I'm not quite finished yet. The last thing I need to do is I need to go up to the front table, get a big sheet of paper and put my name on the back. This is going to be our background for next time. Mr. Calvert. Flip it over, and you're also going to need a little brush. Okay, so when you're done with the tree and the little gold paper, you're going to go up and get your background paper, a little brush, put your name on it, and then we are going to add some gold spirals all over our artwork. This is going to be for the sky of our winter landscape next class. Put them all over the place. Some of them are going to get covered up. That's okay. Some of them have 2 spirals on them. Some of them are just 1 spiral. Right. When you have this done, this brush is also going to go in the drying rack, and then this brush is also going to go in the dirty brush bin, and then our paper is going to go on the drying rack. Please be sure to clean up after yourself when you are finished.